Guys, do we remember what this camera is? The Osmo 360? It seems like it's been forgotten about. And there could be several reasons for that, but let's jump into them and see why. So, I think the first reason is that the Osmo 360 is just a little bit too niche. It has great use case scenarios in certain uses, so, sort of extreme sports, maybe snow sports, surfing, what have you. But it generally, I feel it's just a little bit too niche, if I'm honest with you. And I think the workflow is just a little bit too complex versus, say, something of the Action 6 or the Insta360 Ace Pro 2 or Go Ultra or and the Nano. Yeah, the Osmo 360 just seems a little bit too complex against its counterparts, which are super simple. Take the shot, upload, or edit, upload, whatever you do, whatever your process is. Adding further to the complexities is the editing of the Osmo 360 footage, or any 360 camera footage, to be honest with you. It's not quite as smooth. Yeah, understandably, they're very, very different to normal video files. You have to reframe, position, and all that stuff, but it's just a little bit too much effort for, say, your everyday creator. Perhaps not if you work on productions and stuff, have specialist equipment, but I think the editing platforms, especially DJI Studio, is not quite there. And if you're just used to sort of normal action camera footage, the step up from editing that to the 360 footage is quite large. And all this extra friction can scare off beginners or some people who aren't used to editing 360 footage, quite like myself. I mean, I've found it quite fun to use, but actually a big pain in the arse to edit. I take nothing from the camera, it's just the process doesn't fit too well with my editing workflows at the moment. And I don't think I'm the only one out there, to be honest with you. There seems to be some sort of price to value perception going on. Obviously there's a lot of technology going on in 360 cameras. You know, two lenses, screens, stabilization, stitching, all this happens in camera. So it's very different to your standard action camera. A lot more goes into it, a lot more engineering goes into it. So they do come out pretty damn expensive. I think this was over £450 for the standard combo for the Osmo 360, and I think the X5 from Insta360 is even more. So a big jump up in price from standard action cameras. So that could, in theory, just be stopping people wanting to purchase 360 cameras just because of that sort of step up in cost. If you don't use 360 cameras every day, yeah, you're spending a fair amount of cash for a product that's not going to be used a hell of a lot. Like, I use my Action 6 and my Nano daily pretty much. This, I'll be honest, I've taken it away with me once or twice in the past six months or however long it's been out, and that doesn't quite justify the cost of the device itself. The X5 and the editing software from Insta360 just seems to work a little bit better. 360 cameras tend to have slightly bulkier design and builds. I mean, to be fair, the Osmo 360 compared to the X5 is probably a little bit more compact and pocketable, but it's not really anything compared to, say, the Action 5 Pro or the Action 6, the new Action 6, or even the Nano. Of course, that's tiny. And the same with the Go Ultra and the Ace Pro 2s from Insta360's side. Let's not forget about the lenses on the Osmo 360. They're not replaceable, or not easily replaceable, at least by the user itself. You have to send them into DJI, and I think when this came out, that frustrated quite a lot of people, knowing that you had to send the device off and it cost money to get the lenses replaced. And I also think that potentially impacted sales compared to the X5. The daily content, vlogging, the Action 6 Pocket 3, the Nano are just a little bit more practical than the Osmo 360, in my opinion. Some people might disagree, but with the more complex editing workflows and the different file types, that you get with 360 footage is just going to need a little bit more care and attention when you're thinking about editing 360 footage. Obviously you can put this into single lens mode and then it literally is just like an Action 5 or the Action 6. But yeah, much more time needed for editing with the Osmo 360. I touched upon the software at the start, but let's just touch upon it again. The software and the ecosystem of the Mimo app and the DJI Studio, where you can do the majority of editing for your Osmo 360 footage. I mean, there are special plugins for DaVinci Resolve and Premiere and maybe Final Cut as well, but yeah, it's not quite as refined as the offer from Insta360 in-app and also the editing platform as well. And I think in a world where content is now becoming or has become just so big, especially in YouTube space or social media space, except for YouTube and I think Facebook, no other real social media platforms sort of allow 360 footage to be able to use to its maximum, or you can't move around the video whilst it's being played, like YouTube supports and Facebook as well. I mean, TikTok, Instagram don't allow you to do that. Therefore, there's a bit of a limiting factor. People might deter themselves from purchasing, say, the Osmo 360 if they can't use it to its full capability. But obviously, you don't see too many 360 videos out in the real world anyway, if I'm going to be totally honest. It's very much a bit of a niche product, I'd say. I would take the bet to say that you reframe clips before you upload the video. You don't generally just upload 360 files straight away. You need to take the time to edit, reframe, reposition, recompose, whatever, same thing. Yeah, and it kind of just takes away the wow factor of the 360 experience, I guess you could say. And therefore, I guess this just leaves people thinking that 360 footage requires a lot more effort for a similar result. If you're having to reframe beforehand and essentially you're just getting a flat video. I don't know about you, but it doesn't feel like the Osmo 360 or most 360 cameras sort of solve a clear problem. You've got the DJI OSMO Action 6 and 5 Pro that have fantastic stabilization, super durable, pocketable, and then you've got the Pocket 3 as well that is a fantastic sensor, really high quality camera for a relatively small price. Drones solve the issue of aerial requirements, aerial shots, landscape shots, but then you've just got the 360 camera that doesn't really feel, it feels like a creative add-on, should I say, and not really a necessity in the world of content creation. But yeah, it's a nice add-on to say the least, but I think it's still finding its feet within sort of content creation. Anyway, quick chat about Osmo 360 and 360 cameras in general. Not sure how you feel about 360 cameras. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you on the next one.